we can get it started here. Thank you all for tuning in. We had an awesome day with a new announcement, new member benefit with True Links wear shoes. And on that note, I would, Mr. Senor, can you tell us a little bit more about this partnership, or Jordan?
Sure, we can tag team it. I can start by saying I think one of the coolest things about even being a part of the community team is I didn't really know that much about True Linkswear prior to the beginning of this engagement, and it's something that I look back in the chats, and it sounds like a lot of people already are True Linkswear aficionados. So it was cool today to get some insight on what shoes I should buy. And it's kind of one of those things in footwear and golf is you're starting to see a lot more comfortable. You're starting to see a lot cooler. But with True Linkswear, like I think one of the really exciting things is number one, it's like another one of those shops that's like forging a new path in golf. Seems to have a really strong community of people who believe in the shoes. They seem to be really comfortable. They're stylish. And, at this point forward now, as of today, we'll all get 20% off the total price of any apparel or shoes on the True Linkswear site, which is really exciting. I know I bought new shoes earlier in the spring, and I always buy white ones, and these are now already really dirty, so I'm making my purchase tonight. The way to get the benefit is to go into Clubhouse, click on benefits. All the instructions are in there. You just simply have to copy a code, go to the True Linkswear site, and it'll automatically apply your 20% off at checkout, which to me was cool because I did it today, even just to do one final test, and to see that number drop pretty significantly was exciting and definitely kind of pushed me over the line of purchasing faster. So it's a great benefit, great shoes, and excited to see what people think of them if you haven't tried them out yet.
I'll add to that. I have a personal anecdote story with True. So before we finalized the partnership, I asked my in-laws for a pair for my birthday, and I just got them today and opened them. So even before getting the partnership finalized, I wanted a pair. They're very attractive shoes, and I tried them on earlier today, and they're extremely comfortable, which is pretty rare with golf shoes, as all of you know. And another thing, just from the marketing side, I mean, they have an exceptional brand. I love what they do. I love what they stand for. And if you are a walker, if you'd like to walk the golf course, that's kind of their mission. Go check out their website. The founders are big walking golfers, and that's why they created the shoes. And then lastly, for me is, if you see me out on the course, I'll be wearing True shoes, and that's not because of the partnership. It's because I think they're a great product. So I am very excited, and everybody take advantage of that benefit.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I've definitely heard rumblings from the membership about this gear, and I'm really excited to order a pair of shoes. Great work again to the partnerships team. On that note, reminder, the fall Pro Shop refresh is live. So we don't have any new specific items in the Pro Shop, but we are filling out the rest of your golf ensemble with the awesome shoes available through that partnership. So yeah, make sure you verify your token in Discord to get to the members announcements, or you can check it out in Clubhouse. Excellent stuff there. Really exciting. Next up, I wanted to talk for a moment about the course acquisition process. If you submitted a debate team request through the form, you will be receiving an email very shortly to schedule the debates, and we'll be hosting those here in the Discord. So get ready to discuss courses that the team has seen, courses the team hasn't seen, theoretical courses, and all of those things we voted on in Proposal 14. These debates may lead to some more on-chain votes as we dial in the courses that we're selecting. And then, of course, this will lead into the course visits, which those applications are being reviewed as well for the course visits committee. And we'll be trying to get those in before it gets too cold out here. So very excited about all of that coming up as well. Tungsten, I've seen some chatter. I wanted to turn it over to you. Has GGA gone international? Is this something that is true?
Ah, Hoop, I can confirm the GGA has gone international. The Global Golf Association, our member-to-member reciprocity program, just flipped the switch live on our first course in Canada and 2 courses in Scotland. So now, if you are outside of the lower 48, there's still a chance you could find a course to go play golf at with a friend. Really exciting stuff. Really, really appreciative of our generous hosts who have offered up their home clubs and their time to host other members if they have a chance to come visit. I guess it's also a good occasion to share. Last week we were at 20 courses in the GGA. We've grown that number to 25 over the past week. So 5 new courses came online. We've had our first couple in the New England area, including New Hampshire and Mass. And what that means is we are now going to be releasing the next batch of whitelisted individuals of the Alpha class. So Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New England. Y'all now have a couple courses that have been added, and we're going to flip the switch, and you will have the ability to go in, check them out, make some requests, and play some golf with friends. Over the next week or two, we expect to add the remainder of the courses that we plan to have in the early release, and we should be flipping the switch to allow all global members access to the wide open GGA network before the end of the month is the plan. A lot of great work behind the scenes by the dev team led by Mr. Senor Hill to kind of work out a couple little bugs that have been discovered and make sure everyone has a great experience, and they're doing an outstanding job there. So if you're
Here,
here,
here.
you're listening to this afterwards, feel free to DM myself if you don't have access to the Global Golf Association channel in the Discord, or if you'd like access to the platform itself because you're ready to play some golf. Exciting times. We've gone international, 25 courses down, at least another 25 courses between now and the end of the year. That's what we're working on. We're very excited to bring golf to friends. Very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And the only plug I would put in is just to be super duper clear is like I've said this in some of the channels, but it's an early product. And so if you notice something that you have feedback on or something's broken or there's a bug, those can always be expected in a new thing. So just reach out. We want to hear from you. Obviously, Tungsten already said how to get in touch, but if you can get added to that channel, report every bug you find. And I'll either tell you it's already been reported and we're working on it, or I'll add it to the list. As we, obviously as we learn, things come up, people not being able to, make requests. Okay, great learning. We're able to investigate that and fix it. And the same thing goes with anything else that you might find. So keep the feedback coming, and the more feedback that y'all provide, the better it will be.
Love it. Great work to the GGA team, Tungsten, and to all the devs for filtering through all those bugs, building the plane while we're flying it. Great work there. Super exciting stuff. Really stoked to see this reciprocity program growing the way it is. Next up, I wanted to touch on something that was hinted on in Quiz House today. We are going to be doing a series of giveaways for PGA 2K23. If you're not familiar, PGA 2K is the golf video game for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. You may have noticed myself and Dom hitting some virtual balls in the Meta Golf channel. That channel is open to all members. We're going to be ramping up our streaming, both from community members within the server on Twitch, and also working on some really cool partnerships to grow that realm, I guess, in the metaverse of digital golf as the weather starts to get colder. So got some really exciting stuff coming for you that way. If you have a PC that can, play games, if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation, you're interested in learning more, maybe getting into PGA 2K, definitely pop into that channel this week. Folks who pop into the channel may receive free copies of PGA 2K23. So we'll have some more information regarding that partnership and launch coming very soon. It's preliminary, but some exciting stuff coming up for the gamers out there. So very excited to see that progress, and we're working with some of our big name partners on those activations. So very excited about that. Awesome. There have been some questions on Twitter, as well as in the chats. I know we have discussed and announced that there will be a LinksDAO profile picture project. The team has been hard at work in that. The Grow the Game pod recently did a review, and I wanted to ask Mr. Senor, what can we share at this time on the status or progress of the PFP for these folks? I can't wait to look at the audience here in chat and see just a sea of LinksDAO PFPs.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about complicated long-term projects is like, that question, it's the when course or when PFP. The answer is always pretty laughable because the answer is always soon because it always feels like it is. I can say with pretty high confidence that we're very close to wrapping up the art. We met with the artist again today. We meet with them multiple times per week, and we go through where we are with traits and sort of composition of the character and everything else. And today was great because there really wasn't much left to find that was wrong from our perspective, from standpoint of polishing assets, getting them ready to final, making sure that there weren't conflicts with layers. For those of you who sort of don't know the behind the scenes of a profile picture like this that has a bunch of different pieces of art, each of those isn't created one by one, right? You're creating in Photoshop, you add a bunch of layers and those layers sort of stack on top of each other, and you're creating each individual attribute like hair or sunglasses or facial expression or top or club. And then those get sort of stitched together using software, and then it produces out the 10,000. And then you have to think about how rare certain traits are, and that's where you get the final rarity of each character. So there's only a couple things really left. One is we're finalizing the color of the backgrounds. That part is really important to do last because we want the character to really pop. And so if you make decisions about the background first, it could conflict with the character itself. We also are finalizing colors for the actual tops. So, polos, hoodies, cutoffs. I know someone was mentioning like super team tank top earlier today in the chats. There will be a tank top, like sort of cutoff sleeve, turtlenecks, and like all the tops. We want to make sure that the colors are really vibrant and fun, but also aren't too bright or too dark. So we're in really the final polish stage. Our hope is to be completely wrapped up with all of the art by this Friday. That I would say I have pretty high confidence that will happen given the conversation we had today. We'll keep iterating async and then meet on Friday to plug in the final rarity numbers. So we'll assign rarity to each trait. So some will be, some might only show up 1% of the time or less than 1% of the time. Other traits might show up 50 to 70% of the time. And so we've been working in a spreadsheet to get those numbers right so you have the right feeling of rarity, but also the presence of really cool traits. We'll plug all those into the tool that we're using to generate all of the art, and then we'll generate it. The smart contract is done. It's just going through a series of audits to make sure that it's safe and secure and works the way that we want it to. Unlike web products, you really only get one chance to write a smart contract, so we're triple and quadruple measuring there. Jordan and Cooper have been hard at work with sort of internal and external marketing plans, working with Patrick to develop a story around what these characters are. They'll have this sort of narrative, hashtag storytelling NFT. And we think that y'all are really going to love it. I mean, we've Cooper mentioned that we've met with the Grow the Game pod. We've worked with the internal community team quite a bit to get to a final product that, ultimately, I know for me, I'll swap out my profile picture pretty quickly, immediately after reveal, from my beloved raccoon, and I think a lot of you will too. So really proud of where we are. As far as timeline goes, the hope is once we get the art final, and the reason for that is we didn't want to set any sort of expectations around date until we were super confident in the art. If we set a date and then rush the art, then we knew that we wouldn't get something that we really cared about. And so by finishing the art, we can now start to execute a plan that includes, teasers within, this community, starting to tease outside of the community, starting to reveal the dynamics of minting and sort of the details of what members will be able to do. Also starting to do things like march towards a deadline, reveal more of the story, really build a narrative around this project. So very, very close. I've been saying that for a long time, but we are really, really close. And I would say in the next couple weeks, you will start to see actual visuals of these. You'll start to see this project teased, and we think you're going to be excited about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, really, really stoked. And if you're asking yourself in your audience right now listening, be like, this sounds cool. Like, what can I do? You folks in the audience, absolutely, we are going to have a lot of different ways to get golfers in general involved in this project. Obviously, as holders, you'll be rewarded for you for that, but we're definitely looking forward to your support with getting the word out about this project, tweets, sharing. We're looking to some really cool mechanics to uh, enhance how this project is shared, both within the ecosystem to existing community members and also outside of it, ways to bring our golf groups into LinksDAO in a really fun way with these PFPs. So stay tuned for that. Definitely coming very soon. As always, this is the community call. Feel free to raise your hand, ask any questions, come up on stage and ask. But if there are no questions, does anyone else here up on stage have any updates they'd like to share? Perfect. Well, in that case, thank you all very much for tuning in again on this Tuesday. As always, this will be recorded and posted in recordings, and we will see you all very soon. We have a Twitter Spaces tomorrow at 12. That is posted on Twitter. Set your reminders for that. We're making an announcement here in Discord. Very exciting stuff coming up tomorrow. It's not Thursday this week. The Twitter Spaces is tomorrow. So I'll see you all there. Thanks and have a great night.
See y'all.
Thank you. See you. Bye. Thank you.